I don't think it, I mean, if you want to, you know, pinch my nipples with them, I wouldn't say no. Hey guys, it's Kay Worth here. Welcome to my second Talking Tuesday one. Today, I have a guest star. This is my best friend, Brittany. I invited her on here because the topic that we're talking about today is something that she has experienced personally and can give more of an insight on the other side of it. The topic for this week, what it's like to be bigger. Excuse me, I'm sweating. It's hot. It's very hot in here. We've kind of come up with a pros and cons list, give our own point of view of what, you know, we think about what it's like to be bigger, because just like anything else, you know, you experience, there's always going to be pros and cons to it.
You like my tattoo, guys? You can't even see it.
Yeah, hers has more meaning than mine.
Oh, there you go.
Pros and cons list. I feel like people perceive you differently. When I walk into a room, you know, to me it just feels like they expect me to be the stereotypical like fat person. It's like all I want to do is eat and I sweat all the time. I have BO.
So I have a little backstory to my first con. I actually do have an eating disorder. I have had it since my junior year of high school. I starved myself for a year because I was told that I wasn't enough, that I was ugly, that I was fat, and that nobody would love me. I weighed 200 pounds and now I weigh 145. Well, not at the moment. At the moment, I actually weigh 160, and that actually took so much out of me, which brings me to my first con, that it's always a challenge. Whether you're gaining muscle or losing fat, that number changing is always a challenge, especially with an eating disorder. You see that you gain 12 pounds or 15 pounds or 20 pounds, all you want to do is starve yourself.
To me, it just seems like you have to prove yourself more. I used to work and I was a delivery driver, and one of the rules there is the drivers, when they take a delivery, they have to run to and from their car. Most of my bosses and coworkers would tell me, but it's okay, you don't have to. And it was like, every time I heard that, it was kind of a slap in the face, because it kind of like felt like they were saying like I'm not capable of doing that. I'm not, because I have so much fat on my body. But I never use that as an excuse. I never use my body weight as an excuse. I do if I'm joking, but if I'm being serious and it's a job, I never use that as an excuse, because I will always fulfill whatever I have to do to the best of my ability, and I'll never use any of my disabilities or anything like that as an excuse.
Appearance is more important than skill level, is basically what society has been teaching girls nowadays, is that if you don't look good, you're not going to perform well. And if you don't look pretty, you're not a good size, you won't be able to do your job well, so why would they hire you over someone who could? Fat people are way more fit than skinny people. Like, way more. And you don't even know it, because you won't even give them the time of day or chance to even prove the fact that they're fit. Because all that matters to everybody else is appearance. Mm-hmm. If you appear to be fat, you are not capable. And if you appear to be skinny, you are fully capable, which is not true. Mm-hmm. She could outdo me on squats any day. Any day.
This con, we actually did an experiment where we were at school. You said pretty much the same thing to a group of people. You know, obviously she's thinner than me. So
I'm a pear.
Yeah, she's a pear, I'm an apple, which is funny because she's allergic to apples.
And she's my best friend, so I'm allergic to my best friend.
And they actually started a conversation with Brittany and like wanted to continue a conversation. Most people know about Brittany and I is we have a lot of similarities in our personality. Like, we're both pretty bubbly.
Except for the morning.
I'm a morning person and she's not, and I'm not an afternoon person and she is, so that's the only time that we're like, it's great for both of us, because then we're just like, let's go. Just like didn't want anything to do with me. And I feel like that happens to a lot of people, is, you know, we're just people. We want friends. We want that human connection. People are okay with being alone a lot of the time, but there has to come a point in time where you need that human connection.
I had two coworkers tell me when I first started at where I work now is that I was only hired because I'm pretty. That my previous boss only wanted me because I was pretty. He didn't want me for my work skills. Wanted me for everything else that doesn't matter. It makes you feel gross. It makes you feel like you were disgusting, and you don't want to do it. You don't want to sit there, you don't want to eat this amazing fucking meal that's right in front of you because you feel gross and your self-image is so low that it's more important go without the necessary nutrients your body needs just to keep a thin figure.
Ridiculous people in society, you all are killing us.
We love you.
I did have an eating disorder. It wasn't as bad as Brittany's. In 8th grade, did starve myself and lost about 80 pounds in 3 months because I was going through like so much depression from my parents' divorce. Like, since I've actually started eating again, it's like, my point is that I feel self-conscious all the time about how I look, especially when I eat out in public, but I feel comfort in eating, like, you know, those foods that may not be foods that you need to eat like all the time. Like, it's like the worst of both worlds, because you either eat too much because you find comfort, but you're also self-conscious about eating what you're eating.
Which is another segue into my next con. This one hits home because I've had this happen to me my entire life, whether it's a joke, serious, whatever. People commenting on what or how much you're eating. But like, I'll have people say, oh, you're eating that? Are you sure you want to eat that? Or, geez, piggo, like that's a joke. And I've gotten that one a lot, and nobody understands why that is such a big issue. Yeah, it's a joke, but when you have an eating disorder, those words coming out of somebody's mouth literally deteriorates every single bit of self-confidence you had. Potatoes, one of my favorite things to eat. I fucking love potatoes.
She is a potato. She should live in Idaho. That's how much she loves potatoes.
I love potatoes. I will dish up my plate. I will have a healthy, good-sized helping. Like, more than I probably should eat, going by science standards, but still not enough to be considered excessive. And I'm still eating too much.
Even curvy plus-size models are held to a specific body type standard. It's like Kate Upton could be considered a plus-size model just because she is more curvy. See, like, the plus size models like at Torrid and stuff like that. This is not a sponsorship, by the way. Posters that they have in there are like all women that have this like hourglass figure. But what about people like me or people like Brittany that are smaller up top, but they're, you know, have a bigger bottom?
If you gain a small amount of weight when you are skinny, everybody notices. It's a mentality type thing. Like, yeah, let it roll off your shoulders. It's no big deal. It's just a comment. They don't matter. Their hurtful things don't matter. But we all know as human beings that comments like that add up. They do matter. Somebody says, oh wow, you used to be so sexy. What happened? You gained weight. Like my coworker did the other day. She doesn't speak very good English, so she doesn't really know what couth is and what keeping those comments to yourself means.
Even though males can get bullied for it, and I'm not saying that they can't, they're not held to the same standards that women are. Walk into a store and know that their size is going to be in any store, whereas females, I can go into Forever 21, and even though they have a plus size section now, they do not carry my size. Guys go to stores, the major majority of them are going to be able to find their size of clothes every time. Understand that not everything is going to be equal ever. I really understand that, but there's just some things that should be equal.
It does go both ways for an eating disorder as well. And I'm not saying that women have it harder. It's just with the standards, it is a lot easier for a woman to get an eating disorder. But men out there do have eating disorders, and they need to know that it's okay to get help, that it is okay for you to have that problem as well, because you do have specific standards by your models that you have to look at. You have all of these ripped guys that have perfect bodies, and yours isn't. But that doesn't make you any less. So that evil voice in your head, worst version of you in your head telling you, no, don't do that because you're gonna screw up your life. Or no, don't do that because you're gonna break someone's heart. Or no, don't do that because you're an awful human being. That inner voice can cause that eating disorder to happen, because you can be telling yourself, don't eat that. Because if you eat that, you're gonna gain that pound. and then you're gonna feel worse. I'm not talking about your conscience or your, what is it called? Your intuition. I'm not talking about either of those, because your intuition is usually always right. That little voice is so wrong. So very wrong.
Okay, enough with the negative. Let's talk about the positive. One thing that I absolutely love, thick thighs. I think they are the greatest invention ever.
Not for jeans though, because with thick thighs, you know, all of you girls out there like us,
all the jeans
that have
ruined.
thick thighs, you know this. Those jeans don't last very long. Even in swimsuits too, I like it when a woman's thighs touch.
Oh yeah.
Because that means that she's 100% all natural. She's got this, she's showing her stuff, she's strutting it.
A pro to that is your vagina will never show. Guaranteed, unless you take that bathing suit bottom off, then your cooch gonna be hanging out. No one's gonna see nothing except your booty because it's so fine.
Oh god, her accent came out again.
I'm sorry.
But one of my pros is learning to love yourself and getting healthy again. That one is one of the best pros ever. I can vouch for that. I finally started to eat food at like every meal again. I had so much energy. I felt so good and I was so freaking happy. Like I was like, I'm okay because I love myself. And I know that that's all that matters, is that I love myself. And if I want a donut or 5, I'm gonna eat a donut or 5, maybe 6. And yeah, I will regret it because my stomach will hurt, but I'm still gonna do it. No matter how much weight I gain, no matter how much weight I lose, I love me the way I am and the way I come.
Is finding acceptance in yourself. Think of weight and body image as a mountain, and the rocks have been pushing you down. The rocks being hurtful words and body, like how body image is portrayed on media, and just like your parents and your friends and your own self-doubt, and like have just been pushing you down. Able to ignore the rocks. Boys, what? I will kill you both.
What do we do?
Shh.
Shh. We're talking over here.
Yeah.
Who did I say to?
Video over here. You finally found this path on this mountain that is paved, and you finally like been able to go up the paved road, and you've reached the top of the mountain, and you feel a sense of accomplishment in yourself that I don't have to listen to all this bullshit that's been ringing in and out of my ears. Words are always gonna hurt. No matter what, no matter how many times that you push them away, no matter how many times you ignore them, they're always gonna hurt. But what you have to tell yourself, understand who I am, and then you have to evaluate if it's true or not. If someone were to call me fat, yeah, I'm fat, and I'm okay with it. I have come to terms with it. You do not have to tell me. I've actually looked in the mirror naked this morning, so I promise that you don't have to tell me that, and I'm okay with it. Why? Why am I ugly? Why am I worthless? Because I know that I'm not. Because I have a purpose. I'm still alive, so obviously I have some purpose that I need to fulfill in this life of mine. I mean, when I look in the mirror, I don't think I'm ugly. And you just have to understand that everyone's gonna have opinions. They're not always gonna be nice, but you have to trust your own opinion on yourself. You're gonna be able to be okay with who you are, because whatever you believe in, that's how you were made.
And eat a whole pizza.
Eat that pie. Eat the pie.
Like, I triple dog dare you to just sit there and eat a whole pizza of your favorite type.
But not just eat it. Once you're done, don't feel guilty about it.
And you probably shouldn't eat that much.
Every day.
Every day, no.
Moderation is key here. We're not saying go ahead and eat like everything inside. We're just saying when you feel like it, do it. Why not? And if you want to change, you have to change for yourself. You can't say, oh, I'm gonna lose weight for my mom, or I'm gonna lose weight for my sister or my boyfriend so that he'll like me more. You have to.
Let's pause right there. If you have a boyfriend that's saying that to you, dump his ass right now.
Yeah, get out.
Do you want us to do the run to the store real quick?
Sure.
Okay, so what do we need? Potatoes.
Maybe lettuce.
Okay.
All right, love you. Oh, you see that?
Oh.
Brittany got a kiss.
I got 2.
Brittany got a kiss. Kaylee didn't get a kiss. Kiss. Fuck.
Kiss.
Fuck my accent.
I love you too.
I mean, I want you to understand that you need to do what will make you happy. Being able to prove everybody wrong. Like how I was saying that you have to prove yourself more. What?
I stressed, sorry.
Oh. That's like, that can be a pro too, because, you know, people will have all these opinions about you, and you can run faster than them. You can run longer than them, or I don't know, you can do more squats at the gym than someone that looks like they could do a lot of squats, or you can do a pull-up, or, you know, just these people have come up with stereotypes and opinions about you when you walk in the room, and the best part about that is being able to take that negativity as motivation to prove them wrong. And you're not gonna let anybody else stop you from proving that you are a human being as well. You're not just a sack of shit that sits on the couch and eats potato chips all the time. That would be great though.
That would be so nice.
That would be awesome. All the negative words, the negative opinions, the negative physical attributes of everything, and using that as motivation to be like, fuck you, I'm gonna do it anyway. I don't give a shit what you say.
Best pro, probably either of us could have come up with.
We agree on both.
Not being afraid to tell everyone to fuck off and love yourself. What? Fuck you for insulting me. Like, screw you. I'm done. I don't need to listen to what you have to say. You love yourself enough to say, I've had enough. Because I am enough.
Say that you were thin like Brittany in high school, and now you are bigger like me, and a bunch of your friends don't want to hang out with you anymore. Then they don't deserve to be in your life anymore. If they're not going to hang out with you because you put on a couple pounds, or because, you know, you say that you want to lose weight, but you still keep eating those chips and eating those cookies, and they're just like, I just can't take you anymore, cut them out of your life. They're not going to stay for the hard times because you say that you want to do this, but you don't. Those are sack of shit friends, and you should get rid of them.
Yeah. I do have something to say about Kaylee. I'm not on her vlog very often, but hearing her talk about this Talking Tuesday kind of impresses me, because when we first met, Kaylee, she didn't really have a backbone. She kind of took no's hard, and she didn't know how to say no herself. Every time somebody would insult her, it would hit her hard, and I would have to pick her up off the ground from pieces and start all over again. Our whole friendship has been built on making each other stronger and being there for each other. And right now, all of this stuff coming out of Kaylee's mouth amazes me, because I know 2 years ago, this never would have been anything she would have thought of. She would have degraded herself. No one deserves to be treated like shit, especially for the way that you look. And a lot of people can't help it. There is no one type of person. Every person in this world is freaking unique. Everyone. And I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, I don't really like you because you're fat. Or, oh, you're too skinny and you don't eat very well. So I'm good. Like that, you need to get over yourself. And pronto, because eventually you will be alone. But I'm proud of this girl, especially the 2 years we've been friends. I'm gonna make a shout out right now to my boyfriend off of what Kaylee was saying a few seconds ago about how you need to throw those people out of your life that don't support you. I will literally call myself fat or disgusting, or he'll touch my stomach and I'll be like, please don't, I feel really fat right now. I don't want you to touch that part of my body. He will continue to touch my stomach and say, no, you're not fat. You are beautiful. You are the most beautiful woman I've ever laid my eyes on.
He never lies.
Well, almost never lies.
Almost. Everybody lies. Let's just get that out there. Who you are. Love yourself. I want you to go forward and make sure that the people in your life are the people that love you. But I also want you to love yourself first, because it can't always be a dependency on other people to love you so that you love yourself. You have to find a balance between loving yourself and being self-aware, but also wanting to have the love of another person. Okay, guys. Thank you for watching my Talking Tuesday. I hope you enjoyed. Subscribe, comment, and just let me know what you thought of my second Talking Tuesday. Share it with your friends. Share it on Facebook, Instagram. Yeah. Okay, bye.